Hey subscribers, it's the Psychic Zombie or Jigs, or I'm being it. I'm the Psychic Zombie or Jigs. How's it going? To start this off, this commentary that I'm doing, the gameplay in this gameplay that you're going to be watching, I swear I sound retarded sometimes. Whatever, the gameplay in this commentary is Battlefield 3. I'm using the G36C, which is one of my favorite guns so far, on the map. I don't know what map it is, so shouldn't have even said that. But anyway, the gameplay isn't important. I am nowhere near good enough at Battlefield 3 to give you any sort of tips. Go look at some of those jet fails that I do. That's like every time I get into a jet too. Like that's not even like a one occasion that I fail on a jet. Like just those clips are every time I get in a jet. And anyway, the commentary for this video, I'm going to try to make, I don't know. It's going to be hard. I don't know. I don't know. It's a hard to describe topic, I think. It's kind of about committing crimes, but alright, let's just start with there. Committing crimes. The topic isn't going to be the general topic of committing crimes. It is how I would commit a certain crime if I had to, which is kind of a random topic. It's not, it's not because I'm planning on committing the crime or anything. I don't commit crimes. I don't even do anything illegal. I don't think, you know, I mean, like I might, I probably do, and I just don't know it because it's, you know, like whatever. You know, like something like not wearing your seatbelts or something like that might be something I do, you know, that I just don't know. But back into it, the crime that I will be giving you the scenario of here is a bank robbery. Like how I would rob a bank if I had to, you know, like, and of course I would never rob a bank, but this is like a scenario like if I had to rob a bank. So I mean, like, if some masked man came and like stole my Xbox and said, you have to rob a bank or you'll never see your Xbox again, you know, like, I would have to rob a bank. And like, this is just how I would do it to try my best not to get caught. And first off, have you ever seen The Town? Because that was a really good movie, and I imagine that if I was going to rob a bank, it would be very similar to that. If only just because I would want an excuse to rob a bank whilst wearing a nun costume. That would be really cool. But yeah, I think what I would do would be fairly simple. I mean, a lot of people's mistakes that I see when they rob a bank, not that I witness bank robberies. I mean, like whenever you hear like on the news, like, dumbass tries to rob bank, doesn't work out, clearly. I think the mistakes a lot of them make are that they either A, run in and out really fast with little to no planning, you know, like it's just spur of the moment, like I'm going to rob a bank today decision, where they just like grab their gun and they go into the bank, you know. And that obviously doesn't work very well because, if only for the simple fact that the police know that they're there pretty much instantly because there's a little button under the desk. Or I assume there's a button under every desk in a bank. Because, I mean, that's what I've seen on television, and I've never worked in a bank before. I think that would actually be a pretty cool job to work in a bank, don't you think? Like, what if the bank got robbed? Like, you know, you always imagine, like, oh, I'd be the hero if the bank was ever robbed. But I don't think I would. Like, there's no way I would do that. Anyway, back into it. But, or B, back, you know, to the little letters thing I was doing. They get the money and they get away, but they keep it with them, and like the bills get tracked somehow. Which is the two problems I see being a problem if I were to rob a bank. Because, I mean, getting in and out, that seems to be like the simplest part of robbing a bank. I think the hardest part would be, say, afterwards, you know, like keeping the money And then just like dealing with the paranoia too. I mean, like you would be paranoid the entire time. Like every cop car would be, like know you're a bank robber, even though you were wearing a nun costume. But I mean, I think getting the money out would be the simplest task. Or yeah, I mean, at first, not that it wouldn't be simple, but of the tasks, it would be simplest, I suppose. So anyway, what I would do is a lot of planning, obviously. There's a lot of planning that's going to go in this. And I would have like a team and stuff, We would all have matching Mini Coopers, and I would hire like a small Asian man to climb through the ventilation and stuff. Like average bank robbing stuff is going on here. But my overall plan would be to save up a lot of cash. So, before this even starts, I have like at least $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 in the bank. Just for, what you'll see. Or, I mean, you'll see in a minute why that's the case. And I would wait till there was, like, a really thundery thunderstorm. And during the thunderstorm, right after thunder strikes or something, I would cut the power off in the bank. And, for this scenario, we're assuming that people will just assume that it's because of the rain or thunderstorm or whatever. And they won't think it's a big deal. They'll call a repair guy. He'll be there in a couple hours. Not a big deal. Next, one of my teammates would set like a fire on like the building next door and or call in a bomb threat. Just anything to get the bank evacuated would happen. And then, because like bomb threats, the fire department comes and they like make everybody leave the area. So that would happen. That would be how that works. And then, here's the part that I stole from an episode of Burn Notice. Bone Notice. I would be wearing, me and my team would be wearing, like, whatever costumes. Fire department uniforms. Yes, and we would both go into the bank with the bags of stuff that we're going to put the money in. Gonna go into the vaults or whatever. Obviously, this is the part that I didn't put that much thought into. Go into the vault, get the money, walk out, take off the cop uniforms, put the money in a getaway car. The driver will drive away, and we will go our separate ways. Meet back in like a month, distribute the money. I would stay in hiding for like a year after that and just get my bills clean, like through various launderers, I suppose, is how I would do that. But anyway, it's a pretty long plan, or not really a long plan, but it would take a long time to execute. And to be completely honest, it would probably only work in a movie. But tell me that wouldn't be the sweetest bank robbery movie. I couldn't even say that. The Town was definitely the sweetest bank robbery, sweetest bank robbery movie I've seen, considering there aren't very many others. But yeah. Anyway, now that you know my master plan, if I ever rob a bank, I'm essentially screwed, because the police, with their massive abilities to deduce and stuff, will probably figure out how I did it, and through their deductions find me. But anyway, I suppose this commentary is over now. Please don't copy my plan, because I don't want you getting in trouble for robbing a bank. Yeah, don't rob banks. It's bad. If you enjoyed, please consider subscribing. Let me know what you thought of my commentary, or the commentary, and have a good day. Okay?